we're going to go over a product spotlight here that is really cool. This is another product that I got from Blackjack Firearms. And I've told you before in the past, this up-and-coming manufacturer who makes some great stuff lives right across the road from me. And in the process of that, I get to see a whole bunch of goodies that a lot of people don't get to see until he puts it in the stores. And so what I have here, if you're all looking at me at video land, is I've got a beautiful AR pistol here. And the first thing we're going to do is clear it, make sure it's not loaded. Magazine is clear, chamber is empty, bolt is locked to the rear. What I'm looking at here is a model R1 pistol from Blackjack Firearms. It's in .556 caliber, has a hogue grip, has a angled forward grip, has a quad rail, and it has the nickel boron bolt carrier group like we discussed last week. And I'm dropping the bolt forward, so in the video you can see the shiny bolt carrier group going forward now. Here's the part that's really cool. This particular one has a Sig Sauer arm brace. And what it is, it looks like a rifle stock, but you don't use it like a rifle stock. What it's meant for is, and I think it was designed by somebody who had an injury and couldn't use their arm to support the handgun, the AR pistol here, so they needed some type of assistance, and ATF approved it, and it's okay to use this as an arm brace support. And basically what it does, it looks like a stock, but it does not retract or open up or retract. And that's part of the reason why it's okay. But what happens is you undo these Velcro straps, widen up the rubber piece that looks like a stock, put it over the top of your forearm, and then strap it down tightly with the Velcro, and it gives you the support to be able to shoot this handgun with better accuracy. So we have a handgun here. It's actually a handgun. I know it looks like a rifle. And the barrel length on it, I believe, is 9.5 inches. It comes with a soft case, 2 Magpul magazines. And if you go to Blackjack Firearms website, it's called bjfirearms.biz. And you can check out all the neat little stuff that he's got on his different guns. He builds AR platforms and AK platforms, and they're just little different parts that are added to it for specific needs of the individual owner. For example, we have a forward grip here. Some people's wrists have kinks in them. I've got a kink in my wrist. If I go to use a rifle in a normal manner without an assistant forward grip, it kind of pinches my wrist. This angled forward grip assists me and makes me feel more comfortable when holding the gun. But the primary difference on this one compared to the other AR pistol that I showed you is the Sig Sauer brace. If this isn't on here, it's just basically a pistol tube that sticks out from the rear, enabling the bolt carrier group to go back and forth into it, because there's a spring in the tube, which causes the reduction of recoil. So what you're looking at here, once again, is an R1 AR pistol by Blackjack Firearms. I want to tell John thank you, because he always lets me grab one and show it off. So check him out at bjfirearms.biz and check out the AR pistol model R1 in .556 caliber. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you. We have a gun demonstration that I can do, but you know what I'm going to do? I want to pass on the gun demonstration because we're running out of time, and it's a little bit more difficult to explain this version. It was going to be how to handle it, how to put your hands properly on a handgun. But you know, I'm going to squeeze it in anyway. What the heck? What I have here is a red laser pistol, a Glock Model 17 copy of it's a copy of a Glock 17 pistol, but it's a SIRT pistol, a laser pistol, and it helps me out a lot when I do training. If you look at your hand, between your thumb and your index finger, you've got the web of your hand. When picking up the firearm, let's just say it's a firearm that fits your hand. I'm not talking micro guns, I'm not talking huge guns. Whatever gun it is that fits your hand properly, right at the back, above on the grip, is a little curved spot called the beaver tail. You're going to mesh the web of your hand into the beaver tail as high as you can. Then, if you're looking on the video, I'm going to try and explain this verbally. You're going to point the gun up with the gun in your hand, and you're going to line the heel of the pistol, which is right about where the magazine goes in line with the bone in your arm, so that the gun is straight up and down in a straight line going to your elbow. That is what we're going to do so the gun points straight. The other hand, the shooting hand's trigger finger is going to be extended along the frame above the trigger. Never put your finger in the trigger until you're ready to use it. The bottom 3 fingers of your shooting hand will wrap around the grip of the gun. As the gun is straight in your hand now, we're going to get our second hand, our secondary hand, and if you'll notice on the other side of your shooting hand, there's a space between the 3 tips of your finger and your thumb. That's what I call the puzzle piece. And we're going to fill it up with another piece of the puzzle, which is in your offhand. And that's your thumb and the meaty part of the base part of your thumb. The base part of your thumb is going to fit in where the gap is between the three tips of your finger. The tip of your thumb is going to line up directly across from your trigger finger. And the bottom four fingers of your non-shooting hand is going to wrap around the gun and lock on the three fingers that are holding the gun. And you're going to push out from your palms. And as you push out from your palms, the gun is going to lock itself in like a vise. Now, why is that so important? If you grip the gun like I showed you, and I've told you, the gun will have a 360-degree grip around the gun. It'll have even pressure all the way around it. And I like to compare it to like getting an egg, a raw egg, putting it in your palm and giving it equal pressure on both sides. The egg won't crush. But if you give pressure off more on one side than the other, the egg is going to crack in your hand. You got a mess. So the whole purpose of this proper grip is to ensure that there's proper pressure on the gun and the gun stays straight when shooting. The other trick is if we can learn how to put the tip of our non-shooting thumb directly in line with the tip of our trigger finger, we start learning muscle memory. When we go to pick up the handgun, the two hands pick up the gun the same way every time, and then your shots should be the same every time. So that's the proper grip of a handgun. To learn more, to learn it in depth, sign up for one of my CHL classes or one of my seminars. Go to aaronsgunshop.com and sign up, and that's an extensive part of the class on how to properly handle a handgun.